Hello and welcome to an album a day, day 147, going through my vinyl collection an album at a time. Why was that so choppy? Today, wow, it is a chilly, rainy day. It's going to be rainy for the next few days here, which, is kind of nice. I walked to the store yesterday, got some stuff that I needed, and happy to settle in for a few days while I finish up this film score I'm working on. But I wanted to take a little bit of a pause on that to bring you the episode today. We're talking about an album that came out in 1977, a live album, and my copy is from 1978, which I'm okay with. Because of where it comes from. It's part of my sub-collection within my collection within my collection. So I have the album collection, then my Deep Purple collection, within that a collection of all the releases from Purple Records, which this is, talking about, of course, the only official, as far as I know, the only official Tommy Bolin live album, Last Concert in Japan. Cool cover. Love this. Absolutely love that. I love the font. It's really different for them. It goes really well with the purple, though, that sort of sunset feel. And it, and metaphorically, it makes sense because it was their last concert. The sun is setting on the band at this point. From an interview that I heard with I think it was Glenn Hughes, said that I think this was the day after Tommy Bolin had gotten arrested, and he had slept on his arm, high as a kite. Had slept on his arm, and his arm was asleep for the whole show, so he couldn't play normally. He had to play a lot more chords. He was only very limited in what he could do, and Glenn said this album should have never come out. But I will argue there's some good stuff on here just the same. I think Tommy did a good job. John Lord, I know, was doing what he could to sort of compensate a little bit sound-wise for what Tommy couldn't do. But the album is in really good shape. Plays very, very well. Obviously, Purple Records issue. Nice, love that. Still down to that one elusive 45. Then on the back, we have the guys. That's them playing live. Makes sense. On the inside, I'm pretty sure we have just a generic sleeve, if I have a sleeve at all. Let me see, because of course I got this used. Yeah, just the generic white sleeve. But let's talk about the tracks, because it's pretty interesting. We open with Burn, a classic opener for Mark III and Mark IV. Then we go into Love Child. And what's nice about this is, again, not a huge live album guy, but it is kind of cool to get to hear some different versions of the stuff from Come Taste the Band, because there isn't a lot of that out there. And like I said, I think this is the only official release from that Mark IV Mark IV era. So we get Love Child, we get You Keep On Moving, which I think would have been a better concert ender for me. And then we get Wild Dogs, which was a cover, but a cool version. And I think Glenn and is it Glenn and Tommy, I think, sing that really well together. So that's side A. On side B, we open with Lady Luck, which is a great song. Then we get Smoke in the Water. Mark IV doing Smoke in the Water. Then we get Soldier of Fortune, beautiful version of Soldier of Fortune. Then we go into Woman from Tokyo, which seems, it was a pretty big hit, so I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't really like the sound of this band doing it, though, personally. And then we end with Highway Star, which would then, go on to become the band's opener for quite a long time, except for, I think the only time I remember them not opening with Highway Star was on the Infinite tour, when they opened with Time for Bedlam, which was really cool. It's rare that you open with a song from your new album, because the material typically hasn't been out that long, and you want to open up with something that, especially if you're a band that's had a history like these guys do, you want to open with something that's very familiar, get the crowd comfortable and on their feet, that sort of thing. But yeah, they opened with Time for Bedlam, and it's such a kick-ass track. It makes perfect sense to open with it, to be honest. But anyway, it's a good set list. It's nice to hear some stuff from Come Taste the Band, and wish we would have gotten a little more of that. I'm sure there's some bootlegs and stuff that are worth checking out. I'll have to double check through the Deep Purple podcast and see what they've done, because I can't recall off the top of my head. But good stuff. Last Concert in Japan. Check it out. It despite Glenn's feelings on this, I think it's worth listening to. I can understand why he feels the way he does about it, though. But check it out, guys. Boom. We will see you tomorrow. Cheers.